Disclaimer notice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All information in this video is not based on fact. It is all alleged, based upon my intuition, my opinion, what I believe my tarot cards are telling me. I encourage each and every one of you to do your own research, form your own opinions. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards. Good morning, guys. It is roughly 7 a.m. and it is cold. It is just barely getting to be light outside, and it is a high of, right now it's about 47 degrees. Damn, I'm not ready for this. I am not ready for this weather. I miss waking up to it being 75 and then getting up near 90 by noontime. Anyhow, now I'm done with my rant. I am going to take a look at Hurricane Helene. Now, I've had a lot of requests, and so we are going to dig into it, and one of the questions had to do with a dam. I do apologize. I was trying to find out where I saved that question at, like a certain dam that broke, if it was broke on purpose or was it naturally broke. That would be the second part of this reading. I want to get an overview of what this weather event was all about. Yes, my dogs are playing in the background. You might hear them, as long as they don't bark. Okay, you're going to see me moving my mouse because I'm going to bring up my spread on my screen. Okay. Hopefully you can still see me. Let me see if it, yeah, it's working. Okay. So I can have another window open. Okay. So we are going to take a look at Hurricane Helene. I did kind of start a pre-shuffle a little bit, but I will continue shuffling. Some specific questions that I really want to ask about the actual event itself. Okay, what is the event? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and I'm minimizing this spread here for a second. Sorry, because it's just not feeling right. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles. That is Mother Nature. Okay. Now we know that it flooded in the freaking mountains. Curious about what Mother Nature has to do with this all. Okay. And she is Queen of Pentacles, surrounded in water. So I'm taking this as Mother Earth. I'm going to say Mother Earth. She is surrounded in water. Right? That's the event. I can't make that up. That's the flooding. Right? What are the challenges to this? Or what influences were here? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is passion. It's innovation. It's ideas. And this seems to be, I just gotta say this. This might contradict some other people, but this is making me think something that went very wrong. I'm getting, like, sometimes the Ace of Wands is creativity. Okay? That creativity can be like creating this weather event. But as an obstacle, or, to this, it almost feels like something didn't go as planned. What's hiding under the surface? The Knight of Wands, like I said. Taking some sort of action. A little bit hasty. I'm getting an experiment, actually. I'm getting an experiment that went very wrong. What's the concern? The Hierophant. The help. This is somebody high up, somebody in a place of authority. This is kind of going along with the conspiracy theory. Okay? That somebody in a place of power created this makes me get the vibe of, well, are they trying to create some kind of war tactic that involves weather events, creating weather like the flood to wipe out an army or something? That's kind of what I'm getting. Or somebody trying to, oh my God, somebody trying to play God. I'm already getting the vibe that there was a natural event that it's like, okay, now's our time to act on this storm that's coming. Let's see how we can manipulate the storm, and something went wrong. I don't think it was supposed to wipe out civilian towns, to be honest. But I think it was a test. Can we make a hurricane hit in the mountains? Yes, Daisy's putting her nose up here. She's wanting to know what I'm doing. Okay, what led up to this? The Knight of Swords. Chaos. You see that big wave? That's the storm surge that led up to this disaster, too. It's a storm. So the storm was brewing, in my opinion, it was already brewing. It may have, and there was this idea, can we strengthen this? Can we make this storm go where we want it to go? There's kind of like two schools of thought that are coming to my mind. One being wipe out armies. Can we make a hurricane or a big storm surge type and flooding in areas of where the enemy's at? It can also be, can we save the coastline by directing the storm in another direction? So there's definitely, I think this was an experiment of weather manipulation. Can we make the storm go where we want it to go? And with this idea crossing Mother Nature, chaotic, impulsiveness, something going awry, I just get that this was an experiment that very wrong. And people are looking that and speculating. Even people in those areas are maybe even wondering, how in the hell did this area flood? Make it make sense, right? Somebody was trying to play God. Then 8 of Cups. We didn't do this. We're washing our hands of this. And you see somebody on the shore, right? Lying there. Makes me think of people that created this or made this storm stronger, because I think that there's things that they could, whether they fly drones or whatever, into a storm, into the eye or whatever, and some kind of chemical or some kind of concoction that they can release into the storm that pisses the storm off and says, okay, here we go, game on, right? And whoever did this, washing their hands of it and like, nope, not us. I'm getting a little bit of gaslighting energy here as well. Let me move this map down just a hair. There we go. So, how's the public viewing this? Wheel of Fortune. Something that has changed the course of history, or something that's changed everybody's lives. This was an upheaval, yes. I'm surprised it wasn't a tower. But this is a drastic change. An alteration on how people are going to be living in that area. And how did this happen? External, let's just get this is the environment around us. Ace of Cups. Now this is a positive. This is the outpouring of love and support. And it's not by the people that caused it. It's by their people in the community helping each other. And I believe people outside of the area, volunteers coming in to help these poor people. That I like to see. So that is a positive. It's community. It's bringing people together. Unfortunately, why does it take a natural disaster, some kind of major catastrophic event to bring people together, to unite people? I'll never understand that. It's kind of like the funeral thing. Families not talking to each other, siblings not talking to each other. You know, family rifts. But when one of them dies, they have their hankies out and it's boo-hoo. Now, I haven't talked to Uncle Frank in 15 years, but I'm so sad that he has passed away. And I haven't talked to Aunt Fran in that same 15 years, and going up and hugging Aunt Fran. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is horrible. And everybody hugging each other and crying together over the loss of a family member, when these family members had a rift and didn't talk to each other for like 15 years. I'm just throwing that out as an example. It's kind of the same energy here. Why does it take a catastrophic event for communities to unite? Somebody answer that for me. Okay. Hopes and fears, Five of Cups. There has been a lot of loss. A lot. And as a fear, I feel like we are alone on our own. We're afraid that we're not going to receive the supplies and everything that we need. But we're hoping. There is a lighthouse in the background there. We're flagging people down for help. We're hoping that we are not forgotten. The Two Cups behind her. Okay? But we're afraid that we're going to be on our own. Now, for what is the long-term effects, or where is this heading? Now, this is, I'm not putting it up there because I don't have enough room on the map for a full Celtic cross, the way I want to do it. So I always put the outcome card over here. Ten of Swords. I shit you not. It's over. It's done. The long-term effects. I'm getting a lot of wildlife. This could be a change for the worst in weather patterns in the North Carolina mountains. And being stabbed in the back by our government. Feeling abandoned. Right? Feeling betrayed. There is a sense of betrayal here. Almost like their fears coming true, that not going to be receiving the help, feeling stuck, feeling isolated, very cold, getting the cold treatment from agencies that should be right there on the forefront. The red blood on here, the red color is making me think of Red Cross. Either Red Cross or FEMA. One of them agencies that's supposed to lend aid. Almost like backtracking. That's sad. That's really sad. Okay, so that's telling me that it's half man-made, half natural. It was a natural phenomenon that was made worse, but it's more, instead of man-made, I'm seeing it as human interference. Okay, human interference. Now we're going to go ahead and I want to find out the reasoning for this human interference. I'm going to use Alicia Wicker's spread. Okay. And she calls it the Hidden Truth spread. I was going to use my conspiracy spread, but I'm going to try hers out on this one. And she tells me, by the way, nobody comments saying that I'm copying her, that I'm stealing from her. I get permission from her. And when I made a comment like, I'm going to have to try this spread, she makes a comment, go for it. That, I check, and I make sure I give credit. Okay? I'm not stealing anything. It's like I shared that one spread with her, and I'm going to send her my true crime spread, I think, too. Okay. Let's dig into this. Let's just get a couple more shuffles in here. I want a good shuffle. I like to I don't want any leftover energy from the previous spread. And yes, I bullshit and stuff as I shuffle because it takes my mind off of it. Then I'm not so worried about the placements of cards, and the cards feel ready. Okay. This is the public persona. In other words, what are they showing the public about this? Hidden agenda. Skeletons in the closet. Their true intentions. Influences behind the scenes, like who's the puppet master. Their moral compass. What are their morals? And the effects to the public. This is the public outcome, or how it's affecting the public. It could, I think it could also reflect public opinion. What's the undercurrent? Oh, Four of Swords. Yeah, that kind of gives me bad juju vibes in the fact that there were a lot of lives lost. We know that. That's already happened. Okay? Okay, let's start up here. Okay. I'm told to do another round with these. Two cards on each one. That's okay. Okay. So the public persona. Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Something isn't as it seems. Something that is given is not exactly what is truly being given. This is like the fish out of water. Interesting. Fish out of water. Everything misplaced. And some empathetic messages that we are working on the problem. We're going to help. We're going to lend you help. But it may not be what they are expecting. There may be a little bit of an illusion there. But what they're giving to the public is an outpouring of love, concerning messages. We're here to help. Three of Pentacles. We're working with different agencies and people to get supplies and stuff to you. I think there are some supplies coming in, but it's not nearly enough. I'm also I'm picking up the energy of delays. Hidden agenda behind this whole storm. The Strength and Seven of Swords. To take away somebody's power. Hidden agenda. To weaken the area. To weaken the country. Look at what we can do. And definitely nefarious things behind the scenes. And they are lying. Lying about what the real agenda is. And the real agenda was stealing. Another meaning of the Seven of Swords. Stealing people's willpower, people's strength. This is saying that it was manipulated. And it was about control. And they're lying about it, natural disaster, natural disaster, natural disaster. Okay. But the main agenda of this whole mess was to see how they can control and manipulate, particularly the weather. And if you look at the Seven of Swords, take the whole meaning and the fact that it says Seven of Swords on here, these people are up to their chests in water. To me, this is the flooding. And look, and there's fucking mountains around. You see that? So, we are directing the storm towards the mountains to try to save the coast, but it doesn't go exactly where we wanted it to go. And they are hiding the fact that there was some kind of manipulation in the jet stream or something like that to try to direct the storm. Now, I don't think it's as nefarious as what other conspiracy theorists are saying, or maybe even some other readers. But more of, it's like they're trying to see how much power they can have. It just doesn't feel like it was supposed to go into those towns. Maybe it was supposed to go 50 miles east of it or 50 miles west of it. But it was supposed to be in more remote flooding, like remote area flooding, not to wipe out whole towns. But they definitely saw the power that they could harness. And this is all hidden. That's not... that they are, obviously they're not going to talk about this. Unless, this just came to me that they're not going to say anything yet. But maybe in the future, when they get it to go where they want it to go, away from civilization, look what we can do. We can direct these storms away from the population and save the population. But there's also a weaponized energy there. But at the same time, we could use this to wipe our enemies out. Okay? Skeletons in the closet. I can't make this shit up. The Hierophant and the Tower. We have a habit of playing God. This isn't their first rodeo. This is like past energy. What have they done in the past? This is not the first hurricane or earthquake or alleged natural disaster that they have manipulated or tried to manipulate. Not the first disaster, not the first destruction that they have caused. They are playing God. And it is somebody high up in power. Excuse me. Their true intentions. What is it that they really want to accomplish? 8 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. To restore, to send a message of balance and harmony. Listen here, and I feel that this is more international. I'm feeling this is more like, hey Putin, hey China, hey Iraq, Iran, listen here. We got some power here. We could wipe out your country very easily. And it's sending a message of they want to have some kind of control. And the 8 of Wands is making me think of fast-moving action. And being able to make fast decisions when they need to. Either, I think they are working up to actually creating these weather phenomenons, not just manipulating current weather conditions. In other words, like I said before, I get this strong energy of maybe Helene may have only been a tropical storm, or at worst a Cat 1, and maybe it would have taken its normal trickery that those particular hurricanes usually take in the Gulf. Maybe it would have been typical. Not saying that there would not be any flooding at all, but just atypical, and they manipulated it, and it turned into a monster from tropical storms all the way up to Cat 4 when it made landfall. Then manipulated it. So whatever they did, not only did did they direct or manipulate the jet stream or whatever, the trajectory, the track of the storm, but whatever they did, it made the storm stronger than what maybe it might have normally have been. And it's all about control, sending a very strong message that we can act real quickly. Don't fuck with the United States, because we'll wipe you out by natural causes. Definitely getting their true intentions is, or that's one of them. And again, on the positive side, people aren't going to like this because everybody is 100% conspiracy theory. Everything's nefarious. Yes, there are some nefarious aspects to this, but they want to be able to balance out the weather pattern at the drop of the dime, on a dime, right? Being able to immediately take action, like a major storm coming through, immediately be able to take action and redirect it. Maybe they want to redirect it back out to sea, but away from human life. But that secondary reasoning of, if we could direct it away from human life, we could direct it towards human life, particularly armies and the enemy. So the whole thing is, can we, the arrows to direct, can we direct weather? All right. Influences behind the scenes. Oh, oh my God. I can't make this shit up. I can't. The Hermit and the Emperor, two majors. This is a hidden leader. This is somebody hiding away who said, I want this to happen, but I'm going to remain hidden behind the scenes, a hermit. Wow. Wow. I am in control of this shit, but quietly, hermit energy. Whoever there is, that was somebody pulling the strings, and it was a leader. The emperor is a high up leader. High up. The Hierophant is high as you can go, almost godlike. This is the next man. He's almost as high as you could go over mankind. This is a world leader. This is a country leader. Man, then it doesn't have to be a masculine. It could be a feminine. Let me just add that there. But this is somebody behind the scenes controlling the whole narrative that's not being talked about, and they are hiding. And I need to say this because of the past energy, past skeletons in the closet, over the years. This person is directly connected with the past as well. So this could be maybe not even a current world leader, but somebody who is still pulling the strings, even though that they are not legally in power. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Okay. Their moral compass of this group. 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands. The 3 of Cups generally represents friendships, gatherings, and this is the home, this is the stability. That's what I'm saying. We have somebody up here pulling the strings, but we have community. Their moral compass is community and structure. There's a sense of celebrating. I'm probably going to pull more cards on this one. They could be celebrating a success, but it almost feels like I'm getting the moon up here in the 4 of Wands as well, being drawn to the moon. An illusion that we're for the family. They come across as celebrating a victory over the family. I will have to clarify that. Public outcome. 10 of Pentacles and King of Wands. Again, I don't know how Trump fits into this. The King of Wands often reminds me of Donald Trump. I know. He's a Gemini. He should be the King of Swords. But his passion, his vision, his drive, his stamina reminds me more of the King of Wands. I've never looked closely at Donald Trump's birth chart, natal chart. I know the basics of astrology. I don't know the deep ins and outs. But I don't know how fire plays a part in his birth chart. I would almost think Sagittarius, maybe Leo energy. But this is somebody who has a vision for the family, the legacy, the community. 10 of Pentacles is not just family, it's also community. It could represent the country, okay? And it's generations. generational, and the legacy. So this is making me think that the outcome for the public is somebody here that has a certain vision for the country to restore some legacy. So we have, and let me make this clear, we have a couple leaders here. A couple leaders. Now, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can. This could be Donald Trump having a vision to take advantage of this disaster and say, hey, this is where I can step in and save the day and help out the family. But there's a restoration of something from the past. And if that's not Donald Trump with that vision and is acting, what could be effect is, let me just call it, this could be saying Donald Trump getting into power to try to restore America. Because this is not necessarily, this is the public outcome, what's going to happen with the public. This is somebody with the vision, masculine with the vision, stepping in on behalf of the family. It could be read in a couple ways. So, what deck do I want? I thought this was going to be a quick read. I guess not. I guess not. I've been at this for 36 minutes already, not counting the intro. About 36, 37 minutes in. I thought I was going to keep this under 30 minutes. Nope, ain't happening. Okay. I do want to look at, draw a couple cards on this world leader over here, who's hiding behind the scenes. He's not visible to the public. So that's not Trump. That's not Kamala Harris. I don't even think it's Biden, to be perfectly honest. It's someone running things behind the scenes. Okay, I do want to get a couple cards on that Emperor. Somebody in power, hiding behind the scenes. This is the Tower card. The Tower represents, and now it's different than in the Tarot. This represents isolation. We got the Hermit. This also represents somebody in power. High up. Corporation. The United States is a corporation. Oh, there's a reason why I said that maybe this could be a female. We got the Book and the female. This is a secret woman, a secret feminine energy in power. How far back the past goes? And I said I didn't think that was Kamala. I'm not ruling her out now. You know, initial impression, that's why I clarify. Oh, the man fell out. Man and woman team secretly in power. You come to your conclusions. I'm not naming names. I like my life. I like to stay on Earth, please. I like to stay on the earthly plane for now. So I'm not naming names there. But in this whole mess, there are people behind the scenes secretly pulling strings. Okay. I want to pick these up, reshuffle, because I want to know more about the moral compass. There's something here dealing with the family and friends. Some kind of social gathering. There's some kind of social gathering. Involving structure. I don't know. This is the moral compass. And if you look here in this Three of Cups, these are women getting together. Who does this one remind you of? Let me get it in the camera right. The one right here. Who does that look like? Just asking. Asking for a friend. Okay. Show me more about their morals, their moral compass. Something about celebrating a victory. Is this all about election? Election? Secrets, luck, scythe. The scythe is an accident. The scythe can be a disaster. It could represent somebody taking action. Secrets. The clover represents it is luck, but it's also a window of opportunity. They cut they're trying to find a way to cut people off from what they need. And they had a window of opportunity with this storm that was brewing. Their moral compass very secretive about it's almost like separating the wheat from the shaft. I don't know how that relates. If you pick something up here about their moral compass from these cards that I'm not seeing, because I feel like there's still something there that I'm not seeing. Their moral compass is not... Oh! Now I'm seeing it. Their moral compass is not exactly what they showed to the world. They're showing to the world that they are for the people, that they are trying to unite the country, that they are... There's going to be a sense of celebrating and again winning the election. But it's almost like they're for the family, for the home. People could celebrate because they could get their life back again. But that is the surface. Their true intention has to be separating the wheat from the shaft. And they had a window of opportunity to cut certain people out. I'm wondering if there was somebody in those communities that might be missing right now that they wanted out of the way. I'm curious. Might also be to obstruct or interfere with the election. I just got to put it out there. Okay, the last thing in this spread that I want to look at. And I think what I'm also getting, that was with that cutting off the scythe, makes me think of the dam that busted. Okay? And I will ask that here in a second. But let me see this public outcome for the public. I think this is somebody moving in. Yep, coming into town. News. to clear the air. So somebody coming out of the storm to bring in the light. To bring hope and light back to the home, the families. So this to me is reading this, you know, there is some little bit there through all the storms, and I'm seeing this as literal. This is the clouds, this is the storm. Somebody riding in through the storm, and then, but it leads to light here, light side, and the home is on the light side, right side, on the light side. So this is making me think somebody coming in to restore order, to restore the legacy. And this could literally mean moving, as they're moving forward, they're going through the storm helping them getting into the White House. So, and we got the garden, public housing. Public housing. This is almost making me think of, and I'm going to say it, Trump having a solution involving public housing while people rebuild their lives. But whatever this is, it's going to exalt him, and he could be moving back into the White House. I'm just saying. You know, this is why I do updates, especially on the political arena, because you know, things can change, like this storm. It's like I get a backfiring energy. You remember in the beginning when I said that this storm, this experiment, something didn't go as planned. Something went wrong. Yes, it did not go in the areas that it was supposed to go in. But part of that I'm picking up is because their agenda was to, like, here I come to save the day, and to help the people, and they're not getting the help. It's like the ones responsible, shooting themselves in the foot. It's almost like they just elected Trump because something didn't go as planned. But let's just I'm just going to draw a couple cards real quick about the busting of the dam, just to see what I get before I end this video. There's a man, compass, a man directing the direction. The compass is following instructions, following a certain direction. Commitment. Okay. To answer the question, did the dam bust because of the storm, or did it have a little bit of help? This is telling me there was a man that was committed to a certain direction. It's telling me that there was a contract. It was a roll of the dice that is being illuminated. Digging deep. If you digging deep will bring out the truth about this that they are claiming was a event of a game of chance, like it was just by chance that dam broke. But the reality is, it was definitely on purpose. Somebody busted that dam. Okay, that's what I have for you. And I'm done. I am ending the video here, and I'm dropping the mic.